Let's be honest, there was a large group of basketball fans that were ready to write LeBron James off. Like he wasn't one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Like he's never bounced back from controversy before in his career. I understand completely that LeBron's never really had an extended absence in his career before, but you have to think for just a second. What was LeBron doing before that extended absence? I'm not talking about his Miami Heat days. I'm not talking about his Cleveland Cavalier days. I'm talking about what was LeBron James doing for the Lakers before that absence. In case you guys may have forgotten, like many others, I have no problem telling you, LeBron was averaging 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. And while none of these are career highs, they're nowhere near career lows. Most of LeBron's career lows came from his rookie year, in which he averaged 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Anyways, I'm getting a little bit off topic. He also had the Los Angeles Lakers playing inspired basketball. They were playing playoff basketball. They were around the 3, the 4, the 5 seed before LeBron went out. He had an extremely young team, and they were playing extremely good basketball in what seemed to be a stacked Western Conference. Without LeBron James, it easily would have been another rebuilding year for the Lakers. The entire year. I'll be one of the first to admit that I thought LeBron James would see a little more of the effects of aging this season. And he shocked me in a lot of different ways. He still looks to be his dominant self, and it still looks like he's playing basketball at a very elite level. I wasn't sure he was still the best player in the game. Is that crazy to say that LeBron James is still the best player in the game? I know a lot of people think it's Kawhi Leonard, and some people may think that other players are up there too. So let me know who you guys think is the best player down in the comments below. Recently, LeBron squared off against Luka Doncic in the Dallas Mavericks, in games in which they both had monster triple-doubles. I like to call this a statement game for the ages. Luka mesmerizes me every time I watch him play. He's just so skilled, and I never know what his next move is. A lot of people thought Luka and Kristaps would be rebuilding this year, but these two seem determined to prove everybody wrong. And though the Mavs have fallen to 3-2, I know that they'll be making a lot of noise throughout the season. I know it's way too early, but I'll happily admit that I called this one. This video we're going to be talking about what we learned and things that nobody is noticing from the Luka Doncic and LeBron James matchup. Now with marquee matchups, I want to start doing a lot of videos like this. I think this is fun and this is something different. I've been telling you guys for a while that when you come to my channel, I want you to get a little bit of everything from the NBA and basketball related. Like I want to be one of the biggest and best channels out there, and that's my goal, and that's why I work so hard every day. And after a big game like that one, a primetime game, I want to give you guys something more to look forward to. That was like a playoff matchup. The game was so intense. Easily one of the best games of the young season. But before we go any further, guys, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss another D-Coop video. And that's facts. Also, guys, I'm trying to get to 200,000 subscribers so I can go full time. So be sure to subscribe. It helps out a ton. And be sure to follow my Instagram handle, GLikeCoop. You will not want to miss another post. This game, Luka Doncic and LeBron James just simultaneously became the youngest and oldest players in league history to put up a 30, 10, and 15 stat line. And they did it in the same game. LeBron James finished this game with 39 points, 16 assists, and 12 rebounds. It was about as good of an all-around game as you can ask from anybody in the NBA. I feel like this was a huge statement game to show everybody that LeBron is back and that he was honestly never gone. LeBron hashtagged his performance on Instagram as revenge season. So it's safe to say that he's been taking note and taking names of everybody that's been counting him out. I honestly feel like the NBA needed this game from LeBron James because I don't think it's going to be the same once LeBron James really does hit that sharp decline, or once LeBron James actually does leave the NBA. In recent years, we've had a lot of great players leave us, and it sucks to see. But more importantly, I also feel like LeBron James needed this game for himself. Again, at least to me, it's not like LeBron James has really struggled at any point this season. I know I talked about it a bit earlier, but one of my biggest takeaways from this game was that it was a big game, that it was a playoff-like atmosphere. And in those type of games, LeBron always elevates his game. And now on the other side of things, we have Luka Doncic, who is a fantastic young player. You could argue that he's the most promising young player in the league. A lot of fans like to go back and forth on who's better, Luka Doncic or Trae Young. While I won't give you guys my opinion on that because it will start quite a mess, I am interested in knowing who you guys think is better in the comments below. And of course, if you want to say they're both great in their own way, I respect it. But Luka came out this game, he dropped 31 points, he had 15 assists, but he also had 13 rebounds. The 15 assists are a career high for Luka Doncic. Luka has made it public knowledge for quite some time now that he idolizes LeBron James, that's his favorite player in the NBA, that he wants to be like LeBron James. So to be able to do this against LeBron James, one of the best players of all time, is crazy. Now I want to remind you guys, this is year 17 LeBron James. I think the Lakers are their best when LeBron's playing at his best. I know a lot of guys may think that the Lakers move as Anthony Davis moves, but I'm going to say that when LeBron is his dominant self, when he's attacking, he is making the Lakers more of a threat. I like what the Lakers are starting to do with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They're getting them in more pick and roll situations. Realizing that Anthony Davis can score on the block, but you can get so many easy points with Anthony Davis if you just run the pick and roll with him and LeBron James. LeBron James has so much power in pick and roll situations. He's such a good passer that they even fake the pick and roll right here and he hits the diving cutter. That's how much gravity Anthony Davis and LeBron James attract. You're running a pick and roll with two of the best players in the NBA, and one of those being one of the best downhill players at attacking the basket and playing bully ball. I also have to say, I have not seen LeBron give this effort on the defensive end in some time. He's not playing like 4 to 5 feet off of who he's guarding. He's sacrificing his body. He's out there making plays. This is a different LeBron James that I believe we are seeing this season. And that's not saying that the past LeBrons have been bad. It just shows you what LeBron James is still really capable of doing. Now, when I watch Luka Doncic play, guy's vision is really, really good. Very willing passer. In the open court and screen and roll situations, he will hit you with that step back and drain a three in between your eyes with no problem. He takes so many tough shots that sometimes I honestly think he hurts himself taking too hard of shots. You know, it looks like it can be a bad thing, but he makes the shots at such a high level that it's so hard to complain about the difficulty of the shots that he takes. Like right there on that dime, just able to find that cutter. I think having a primary ball handler that is an offensive threat, and that is a really good offensive threat, like Luka, like LeBron James, makes your team so much more deadly. They're a threat to score the ball at any time, but also make the right play as Luka steps back and hits another big triple. This was so good to watch live. You guys have to start watching and tuning into these marquee matchups. A lot of people may not realize that Luka and LeBron are similar in a lot of ways. That type of pass that Luka just made, that's a LeBron type of pass. That's another LeBron. They are really similar. Luka is one of the best players at getting downhill in screen and roll situations and off the dribble at attacking the basket. He's a really good slasher. A lot of guys, I know it sounds silly, but they don't know that. And honestly, they should have won this game. The Dallas Mavericks should probably be 4-1. On the final play of regulation, Dwight Howard held Seth Curry, which made him out of position for the jump shot. That's literally so big. Now, the NBA has came out and they've talked about it and they've acknowledged it, but that doesn't change anything at the end of the day. But as it stands, the Lakers are sitting on top of the Western Conference at 4-1. I also thought that I'd bring it to your attention that Luka is averaging more rebounds than Kristaps Porzingis, but Kristaps is bringing the defense. He's currently averaging 2 blocks a game, which puts him at 8th in the league. Now, if you want to have some fun facts, go ahead and guess who number 2 and 1 are. I'll give you guys like a quick second before I give the answer away. Well, okay, that's enough time. At number 2, it's Dwight Howard. He's averaging 2.4 blocks a game, and he's only playing 21 minutes a game. At number 1, it's Anthony Davis at 2.8. Remember when I talked about the Lakers' interior defense and how they'd be so dominant? Or, you remember that video on the resurgence of Dwight Howard? That was a really good video, and I truly believed that he would have that resurgence. Should the league do more than just acknowledging the foul that Dwight Howard committed at the end of the game? Be sure to click the video on the screen right now, guys. It's me going over Brandon Ingram and Lonzo Ball. How good or how bad they've been this season for the Pelicans. Be sure to subscribe, notice on. You won't want to miss another video. And I'm out.